So what do you think? I mean, you obviously joined because of Biden's, the moving forward in this initiative. Obviously, you have a passion for it, but what is government's role in this versus the ISPs or people, private sector saying, like, I need to do the right thing?
I wear rose-colored glasses sometimes, so I don't really want to comment on that.
I actually think we should have more. We should have more local government involvement, quite frankly.
I totally agree.
And even if it means that we build open access networks, because we do know that does work. It's not a solution for every municipality, but where it can be a good solution and a good fit, it should be embraced. But the problem that you guys will have is you have 50 states with 50 different ways of looking at, how to grant out this money. So I think we're gonna see an awful lot of different solutions in place. Unfortunately, I just want to make sure the money goes to the right people.
Yeah, I think that's a huge piece. I mean, I think what we're starting to see, though, is that there is success happening at the municipal level of owning networks, right? We're gone from the days of WiMAX not working out and them getting such a bad rap. I mean, Utopia and others are doing a really awesome job. And so I think it's inspiring others. We do a lot of tribal work that we're really proud of, and they're in the same boat, maybe even worse in a lot of cases, right? And the whole equitable is such a challenge there too, because it's not just building and funding and figuring out ways to fund the network. It's now educating elders why they should want to embrace this, why this is important. So there's just an incredible outreach, that needs to be done. But we have a panel here coming up where we're talking about the work we're doing with the Southern Ute, and the whole idea is really to continue to inspire, Indian country in general, that this is very hard work, but there's companies like Bonfire that's willing to get in the trench with you and help hold your hand all the way through it, because that's the most rewarding work we get to do when someone needs it the most.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't know where to start because it's complex, right? It's like, okay, we know this is a problem, but oh my gosh, how do we get started? Where do we go? And it takes a village to pull this stuff off.
So from an education perspective, what should we be doing, right? If it takes a village, if it takes adoption, trying to get them to do it, what do we do? What's a pragmatic approach to try to educate these people to do something?
Well, we have to build trust. I mean, we can't just I think that one step that we're taking as NTIA is bringing federal program officers into every state and territory so that we can help, so that it's not just DC saying, state, territory, this is what you must do, but to actually take the input and to go a little bit deeper than just the state broadband office, but actually going local, working with those governments, going out to churches and social organizations. I think there's a lot of trust building that has to be done.
We've been working this week on the curing process with some of the NTIA tribal grants, and I have been so impressed by the groups that we've been working with, and each one's been a different group, because there's obviously quite a few that's went for funding. And I feel like the NTIA was so smart to bring in tribal people to help run it, right, and work with tribes because they have unique challenges, and that's really been helpful. It's really been wonderful. I was really surprised, and really hats off to you guys for it, because it went really, really well this week with 3 different tribes that we've been working with, so super exciting.
Yeah, well, I think the other thing is we're always in this mode of education. I've had a Broadband 101 class as a pre-conference session for 6 or 7 years, and I do this because, as you know, elected officials come and they go, right? And they have a lot of different diverse responsibilities. So we need to continue to educate them. And I think this is how we're going to have the same approach for everybody, right? Until we get to a point where people have adopted and are using it. But I just think that we're always going to have to be in a mode of educating.